Uniform, while it doesn't seem to be such a big deal, actually is in corporate environments. Your presentation matters a lot. And some of the things that these guys had on their uniform standard was the fact that your button on your shirt needs to be done almost all the way up, so it's just the top one that isn't undone. So the one that holds your tie can remain open, but every single one below that has to be done up, which for me is slightly uncomfortable. I'm not sure why I haven't really put too much thought into it, but I don't know, I just like a little bit more space around my neck. But those things are small subtleties that our clients notice. If you're not wearing steel caps, you can be kicked off site and there is nothing you can do about it, and you'll go home unpaid because you're in the wrong uniform. Jewelry is another one. We don't want to be too strict on things that can and cannot happen, but the reality is people in our industry and in the environments that we work in need to be very, very presentable. So minimal piercings is what is required, and anything sort of in your face needs to be taken out for a job. If I could tell you now, if you've got giant holes in your ears or your face, chances are you're going to get very few shifts, because we cannot unfortunately put you in front of some of our clients because you don't present in the manner that they require.
You might notice that you're wearing a uniform, but you might notice that your uniform might not look as professional as it did on the first day that you got it. So if you find that you're in that situation and you think that your uniform is a bit outdated, it's best to contact either Rod or someone at First Class to maybe get a new shirt. There's no problem in asking for a new shirt. You'll probably get one as soon as you ask for one. So it's best to look completely black, so instead of a bit faded, because after a few years your shirt and your t-shirt can start fading and it can start getting a bit fluffed up, and that kind of just gets rid of the kind of professionalism out of your uniform. So it's always best to consider getting some a fresh batch of uniform when you need it.
Yeah, it's another thing that this client mentioned is if your uniform's not black, you can be sent home.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure if your uniform's wearing or becoming bally, you let us know so that we can replace your shirt.
So you wouldn't usually go to a wedding dress in track pants and a jumper. So I guess any kind of corporate environment's always kind of suited. They kind of have an expectancy for everyone, not just the audiovisual department, kind of for everyone that's involved there. So I think especially when you're at an event that's currently running, so if you're a stage assisting or you're operating, I think it's best to look the best as possible. Even if you might find yourself a bit uncomfortable out of your norm, I think it's better to do it for First Class.